obviously disappointing right now. I know it's hard to put your emotions to it, but what about the way these guys battled all series long with the injuries and the intensity that they had to overcome?
It's tough right now, and I feel like obviously put up 4 goals on the road in Carolina, and against a good team, and we should have brought it home. That should have been enough.
Do you look at this as a building block, kind of gaining that? A couple of the guys said gaining that experience. Now you can build forward, take another step next year.
No, when you're in it, you're looking at it that you want to win every game.
What's going through your mind there, Jake, in that second period when they're just coming on the onslaught there, but then you just shut it down like third period overtime, as a goalie, what's going through your mind there?
Nothing.
What about the way the defense battled again? Obviously, overtime, logging a lot of minutes. Some of those guys were up over 30-some minutes.
Yeah, I mean, our defense have been playing unbelievable in front of me and Jake and Dossie all year, and kudos to them. They sacrifice their bodies, and they play hard, and they're taking hits back there and blocking shots, and not only the D-men but our wingers as well. So this is a great group, and there's a lot of will in this room, and it sucks right now.
What do you take away from this season, your first season?
I mean, ended about 10 minutes ago, so I don't know. It's frustrating right now that it ended like this.
Timo, I know it's a tough one for you. Can you talk about the emotions you're feeling right now after that loss?
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously not a great feeling. Losing like that, I think everybody competed so hard, worked so hard. We had a few guys go down in the series, other guys step up and battle, and I think we can be proud of the way we battle through his adversities. And we got to get better. We don't like the result, but should be motivation to get better.
You mentioned being proud of the way this team battles. Is that kind of one of those stepping stones and building blocks for years to come, essentially, from this team?
Yeah, I mean, we want to be setting the standard high for ourselves to be in the playoffs every year, and you take this feeling. It's not a great feeling, and you don't want to feel it again. But it's a hard league. It's hard to win. It's even harder, the feeling when you lose. So definitely, like I said, proud the way we battled, and yeah, it's that simple. We got to get better.
And how good was your goaltender tonight? Obviously, Mark, especially in that overtime in third period.
Yeah, he was great. They came out with a push in first overtime, really, and then he made some unbelievable saves through not just this game, through the whole series. So I think special teams something that made the difference as well. Like I said, it's an area we definitely have to get better, even though we were good all year in it.
Timo, in Game 3, when that game went into overtime at home, you guys are really pushing in the overtime to get that goal, and finally came in OT2. But in this first overtime, Carolina just kind of dominated. I mean, what was the reason for that? Did you just guys kind of just lose some energy there? What do you think was the reason?
It's tough to say, but on the other hand, the way we battled through it, give ourselves a chance to win this game, we didn't. So, like I said, the way everybody competed with guys going down, that's obviously not an excuse, but I think we can be proud of the guys in here, that the work we put in, and didn't get the result. Now it hurts at the moment, but we got to build from it. We got to get better from it, and that's the mindset.
How do you view this season? Is it almost like incomplete in some ways because you had some guys with injuries go down late, that type of thing? How do you view it?
That's the way, sadly, it works in sports sometimes. You don't want injuries, but sometimes you can't control it, and that's why it was great to see guys stepping up when guys went down. But it's obviously it's a tough timing when you have key guys go down. But also on the other side, we can take the good stuff away with guys stepping up and filling for spots.
The roster looks a little different from the last time you guys were in the playoffs. How beneficial is it that this group gets to get a playoff experience like this?
It's great when you're in the playoffs. You have a chance to compete, and I think we were close this series, even though you look at the games and losing 4-1, but they were close games, and sometimes it's the little details that we got to continue to build on. I think we laid a foundation here this year, and now it's time to obviously go and look at the stuff and everything, but then we're going to get better from here.
The disappointing end here, but one of the things Timo mentioned was having some pride. The way you guys battled all season through these injuries, through the adversity, and this is kind of a stepping stone. Do you feel like this is kind of that foundational piece, something to build on?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. It sucks. No way around it. Losing isn't fun, but I am super proud of the way everyone fought. We faced a ton of adversity, and guys dug in, man. I mean, that's a good hockey team. I've been on the other side. They're a legit team, and we never went away. So super proud of them.
What about the player, your goaltender tonight, particularly in that overtime?
Unbelievable. I mean, I can't say enough about that guy. He's just such a competitor, a warrior out there, and we're lucky to play in front of him.
Could you just take us through the wave of emotion? You guys build a 3-0 lead, and then in the second period they kind of take over, and then it's back and forth at that point. What's the wave of emotion as a player on the bench going through something like that?
Yeah, you know what? That's playoff hockey right there. The more experience you have with it, you learn that it's all about momentum. Obviously, we came out strong, and they made a great push, and it's just kind of about weathering that storm and just trying to hold on and survive. And I thought we did a decent job in that first overtime, at least to weather that storm. Clearly, we were getting outplayed, and it wasn't fun out there, but we held on and gave ourselves another chance, but obviously it didn't go our way.
I saw in the handshake line a lot of the Carolina guys were hugging you.
Yep.
Can you just share with us maybe what they were saying and what what?
Yeah. Those are a lot of brothers on that team, right? I played there for 9 years, and that's a super close team, lifelong friends, a bunch of those guys. So, it was all business during the series, and we didn't say a word to each other. It's the way it should be, right? You're just competing as hard as you can to try to win. So, I wish them good luck, and hopefully they can get over the hump.
You were with the Devils the last time they made the playoffs. How beneficial is it for you and a lot of the other new guys that you get to experience it with this group now?
Yeah, it's awesome, man. Like I was saying, it's been awesome going to war with these guys. I was saying, just so much adversity, so many injuries. I've honestly never seen anything like it. So, just super proud of these guys for digging in, and I'm already excited for next year because I know experience matters. It matters a ton. Getting playoff games in, it really helps guys, no matter the age, and helps your team mold, and you kind of find out what it takes to win, and you feed off these heartbreaks that you're feeling right now.
Obviously disappointed right now, but a couple of the guys mentioned how proud you are of the team as a whole to be able to keep fighting despite all the injuries and all the circumstances you fought all season long.
Yeah, I mean, for sure, but right now it's obviously tough to think about that stuff, but I mean, we definitely battled our asses off, and that's definitely something we can be proud of, but still sucks to lose.
What happened in the second period that turned the tide? They stole some of the momentum.
Yeah, they got the momentum, and just panicked a little bit, and we got a hockey game, and we found ourselves a bit again, and but it's how it goes sometimes.
What about the play of Jacob Markstrom tonight? I mean, obviously he was fabulous for you guys all series long, but especially in that overtime.
Yeah, he played unbelievable. Not just in the playoffs, like the whole year for us. It's great to have a goalie like that. Both our goalies were unbelievable the whole year, and Marky kept us in that first overtime in the game, and and I feel bad for him because he battled his ass off too. So I know how much he wants to win, and
I imagine it's disappointing that you couldn't really break through, special teams wise, right, Nico, in the series?
100%. That's that was definitely a big part of why we lost the series for sure. Couldn't get the power play going, and that's on those guys, including me, that are on the ice, and that's definitely frustrating.
Was it tough to be in that first overtime? Because they were just coming at you barrage after barrage, and it was tough to really stop for you guys. Was that something that was unexpected in the first overtime?
No, I mean we stopped making plays, and I think we threw out the puck a little bit too much, exactly the way they wanted us, and they were able to outchange us. And when you're out there stuck tired with a long change, then it's tough.
Did you get an explanation on that weird call where you guys had the delayed penalty and the play is blown dead?
The last penalty?
No, and I think it was the second or third period. You guys had a delayed penalty. Markstrom, got out of net, and then the referees blew the play dead.
Yeah, I got an explanation. They thought they didn't see Marky coming out, and they thought we had too many men on the ice.
Thanks, Nick.
Like you started obviously getting out to the league. Where did things kind of go off in that second period and losing that momentum?
Well, obviously we started the second period shorthanded. I think we actually done a pretty decent job of killing that penalty, and there's just a couple seconds left. They make a play and they score. I think the 3 goals you give up at the start of the second, it's not unlike the 3 that we scored to start the first. It's a couple pucks. We get a couple chances. We put some pucks to the net. They go in. We get a power play goal. They get a power play goal. They put a couple at the net. They go in. Actually, and then I've already watched it back. I didn't mind our start to the second period. We played pretty good. I think at the point in time when we given up the 3 goals, we were out shooting them in the period at that point in time. The first TV timeout came about 7.5 minutes into the period. We were out shooting them 5-3 at that time. So it's just, I guess it's just hockey is what I'd say, is what kind of got away on us there. They get 3 just like we got 3. But love the fight in our team. I thought we competed hard. We come right back. We get the 4th goal. They get a 5-on-3 goal. First 5-on-3 of the series, and it's a lengthy one, and that's that evens the game for them. But liked a lot about our game here tonight.
You mentioned it there, and a couple of guys mentioned too how proud they were the way they overcame some of that adversity, particularly like the defensemen again logging a lot of big minutes. How proud are you the way they competed tonight?
Real proud. To come out the way that we did, came out fighting, came out swinging. We weren't here just to go away quietly. And this is a tough building to play against, or to play in, and a very hard team to play against, a very good team. Yeah, our team fought, man. We came out of game 1. The game 1 didn't go well. It was our worst game of the series. And we lost Luke and Dilly in game 1. We knew at that time they weren't going to be back in the series. But our team fought, pushed. I loved our start to game 2. We played well in game 2. You lose the game. That game 2-1. For shorthanded goal. There's this one here in double overtime. This is a very difficult building to play in against a good team. Played 2 pretty good road games, both in games 2 and 5 here. So to not get one is tough, but I thought our guys just gave everything they had. We were on fumes in overtime, but our guys just kept fighting, hanging on. Marky's battling, so. There's lots to like about it. You're disappointed. We want to win. I thought we could win. There's a path there for us to win, and came close here today. But love the fight. Love the character of our team. I learned lots about our guys that I'll take away. Really, feeling really good about what they brought.
Sheldon, just disappointing that you couldn't really break through on the power play or special teams in the series, particularly tonight when it could have paid.
Well, scored a power play goal tonight. That's just what you want, right? We can only control about today's game, and got a huge power play goal in the first period. It's a big moment for us, for the power play to come through. It was huge. Third period, we get a power play. If you could tell me if there's one thing you want to draw up, what would be your ideal scoring chance? I would want it to be a Dougie Hamilton one-timer down the slot. We got that in the third period and didn't go in. So power plays, you're not going to get a lot of looks or a lot of shots or attempts, but you're going to, if you can get one really good scoring opportunity per power play against them, you've done well. And I thought we did that. We scored one in the first period. Dougie gets set up just a little bit more over the pad. It's a huge goal, huge moment. But the overall series lack of success in the power play is it's heightened because of the penalty kill. We didn't get the job done in the penalty kill. So, even tonight, thought we're doing a pretty good job of the kill. We take one, we're down 5-on-3. Thought we're doing a pretty good job of killing that, and then they get it late, 4 minutes in overtime. We kill 3 minutes, like we did an unbelievable job for 3+ minutes, and they shoot one in. But that's the way it goes. It's disappointing. It's a little bit frustrating, a little bit surprising. We knew the power play was going to have trouble in this series, but penalty kill has to do a better job. Power play, penalty kill. We were the number 1 team in the NHL in the regular season when you combine the two special teams. So to have that be the difference ultimately in the series is disappointing. Throughout all our injuries, all the other stuff, you do a better job there. We're still playing.
You spoke to it a little bit. Can you just speak to the way Markstrom rebounded after that second period?
Yeah, he battled. It's tough. It's a tough stretch. The first 3 shots of the second period go in the net, but he battled. We gave up some looks after that. That first overtime, man, we were under siege, and he was outstanding to give us a chance to keep fighting. And I thought chance to regroup. First at the TV timeout of overtime, I thought we regrouped and we didn't give up. I think the last 9 minutes of the first overtime, we only gave up 2 or 3 shots. But that first half, we were reeling. We needed that break badly, but he got us to there. And I thought, a chance to go in and regroup for the second overtime, that we would be okay. I actually really liked our start. We got Nico shooting it down the slot in the first shift, and we just take a penalty that, that's a tough one to take in overtime with your season on the line.
Sheldon, did you have any issue at all with that call? Did you feel like it was a follow through?
I thought it was a follow through, but it's because I don't want to go on the penalty kill. So I don't make the rules. I don't even know exactly how they interpret those. To me, he's on the act of moving the puck, and they felt differently about it. But it's the way it goes, unfortunately.
Last one, Gabe.
How beneficial is this going forward for a lot of the first-year guys, including yourself, going through this playoff experience together, moving forward and building a team?
Yeah, you know what? Listen, I think, as we get time for this to, tonight's loss to dissipate and then reflect on the whole season and the playoff, I think I'll come away feeling positively about some of the steps we've taken. And, when we get back to Jersey, we'll talk more about it. But I do think we improved, and we found out lots about some of our people in this series, in these circumstances. I thought you look at how we were in Game 1, from Game 1 of this series to tonight, I thought a lot of our players just really improved and grew through that. Guys who came in with little or no playoff experience. Look at the huge moment of Simon Nemec in Game 3. The overtime goal, but to me it's more than that, just his play. Like, we have no chance in this series, and we'd be swept and gone with the injuries we had on defense if Nemo doesn't step up the way that he did. So to me, he was a real bright spot coming out of this whole experience. But there's others, we ended up not using them a lot tonight. I thought Casey stepped right in and did some really good things. I thought a lot of our top guys did a nice job through the series. We got some others that I think will reflect and look a lot and learn a lot about what this time of year is about, how hard it is. But we got time to digest that and work with our guys on that. But all in all, I hate losing. I really hate losing. And it's hard to be positive coming out of that because I just hate it. I mean, despite our circumstances, I come to the rink today believing we're going to win today and believe we have a chance to win the series. So this sucks and it's disappointing, but I'm proud of our group and how they fought because it's when you're behind the bench, especially in these games, in these moments, like you're there, you see it, you feel it. You can, you know, the guys are giving you everything. They are exhausted, and it's very, very hard hockey to play when you're down at ice level and you're with the players on the bench, the crowd noise, all these things. It's an unbelievable environment, and your players and your team can't help but to improve within it. And clearly, we have to continue to improve. But I believe we took small steps through this, and we're going to have to make more.
Thank you, Sheldon.
Yeah, thank you.